All right, everybody, welcome back to Well, That Sucks. Starting off with, it's going to be a weird order this week. We're starting off with number 19, but we are going to revisit number 20 after some context. You'll see why. My girlfriend gave me a notebook with a bunch of cute little notes in it for Valentine's Day. She broke up with me 12 hours later. Okay, question. Was this already the plan in giving you the notes? Were the notes pre-written and she just didn't want to throw them away and she's like, here, you can have these on the way out? Or was there something with the response to these notes that was bad? Did you not book the proper dinner reservation for Valentine's Day and that was just the last straw? It's all over. I just want to know how it went from this to kaboom. There's no way that everything was perfect beforehand. It just can't be. No, I'm going to look for context. Okay, so I guess we have a person who posted this and then was replying in the comments, but then deleted their comment. But maybe his response to the notes was just kind of a test to see how he replied and responded to this, and she felt that he wasn't contributing enough to the relationship and was not, Anyway, it sounds like things were working before the notes, and then it was like, this was kind of the make or break final straw, and then it didn't pan out. My wife washed my new pair of jeans so I could wear them today. She also threw in her big fuzzy blanket. Those were jeans? Wait, what kind of jeans are these? They were brown, to be clear, they weren't blue before, and now they are brown and covered in fur. I just by the way, just in thinking about this, RIP the freaking washer and dryer with all of this fur. This thing needs to be lint removed or hairbrushed or something before it is thrown in the washer, because I'm just thinking about how the lint remover is not capable of managing whatever this is putting out. Your pants became the backup lint the lint remover, it filled up. It almost caught on fire, except your pants were there to save the day. So really, your pants took one for the team and stopped your house from burning down. I think this was the better of the outcomes. Bit of a long video, so we'll move on to neighbors upstairs moved in 3 days ago, and then they blocked my car in tonight. Looks like the start of a beautiful friendship or neighborship, and I can't imagine it's gonna be the last time it happens either. What a fun time you're all in store for. It looks like not only are they blocking your car, they're kind of blocking the road, because it looks like they tried not to block the sidewalk, which is nice of them. I can't help but think that their car is sticking further out into the road than the parked cars on the side of the road are. So double obstruction. Well done. Very, very impressive. Hopefully they're there and you can say, hey, do you mind moving your car? Because at least on the plus side, their car being there implies they are probably home. So maybe you work it out and actually learn to become great friends. At least it's not a random stranger blocking your driveway, although at least in that case, you can call the tow truck. In this case, you don't want to call the tow truck because then you're bound to have very loud footsteps and bowling balls being dropped and hitting things with a bat, just to make as much noise as humanly possible. When people drive like this, what the frick? Speed limit 40 miles an hour, convenient speed limit sign. We are driving 22 miles an hour. God, how does it go? Bro, why? I don't understand. These are the same people who get on the freeway going 20 miles an hour. They get down. It's like it'll have a down inclined ramp, which gives you more acceleration because gravity helps you, and yet they get to the bottom of the ramp onto the highway and they're going 20 miles an hour while the cars they're about to merge into are going 65 miles per hour, and they're like, oh, this is fine. I don't need to press the gas pedal on the right to get on the freeway. And then these are the same people though. They also, when it comes to like a super narrow, windy road that's barely enough room for two cars to go by each other, they also drive 22 miles an hour. There's no adaptation for either the speed limit or what is actually safe. The speed limit may be 25 miles an hour, but it's like two cars can barely squeeze by on this narrow, windy road. So let's back off the speed around these blind corners. No, No, they go speed limit all the way through. There is no ability to adapt. It is fixed speed, which is either slow for the conditions or fast for the conditions. Sorry, I'm just, so many people should not be able to operate motor vehicles. It's crazy. After months of being tormented, this bus driver went off on the kids and quit her job mid-shift.
I can smell it.
I didn't do anything.
This was the straw that broke the camel's back. Oh, God.
I'm sick of all of this shit. I'm done with it.
I empathize. I like, it's gotta be such a thankless, difficult thing to do, and the kids are gonna be obnoxious and probably throw things at you because they're, emboldened by being a group, and you can't do anything about it. What are you gonna do? Pick the kid up and throw him off the bus? No, you can't do that. You cannot. You have to sit there and take it, because otherwise it's not gonna be your job anymore. So, she's just like, I'm done. That's it. I'm out of here. I'm gonna park this bus on the side of the road, and I'm gonna leave you guys here. Is that what she did? God. Must have felt like a nice release, and I hope she landed on her feet. I do, unless she, I don't know, in the rest of the clip, it does something heinous, but hopefully, if she just, vented, then walked out, you know what? Understandable, really? My wedding ring slipped off and fell down the gap between the sink and the wall. The gap's very deep. This is a bed and breakfast, and checkout is in 11 hours. Oh, no. You need to just, get a wire, drop the wire down, and then, pull it out or something. There's a way to make this, there's a way to salvage this, and I'm also sure whoever owns this thing, if it's like an Airbnb or something and there's just no one on site, it's just, you have to check out electronically. You just check out electronically and then stay there. Go to the hardware store. Surely one is open overnight, and just get a wire and try to yank. Although it looks like maybe the wood here, that could be a problem. That could be a problem, right? Because if that sticks out a little bit further than the drywall, you're not going to be able to fully pull it out. So you need something rigid in order to get it all the way down, or you need to get a loop. You need to get a little hanger loop and then go pull it back up. Maybe pulling it back up with a hanger loop would be the way. Except then it opens up, and so you're gonna the ring's gonna just slip to the side. Oh man, that's a tough one. Maybe you get a hanger loop, you bring it up, and then you get pliers or something to. That's a tough one. It'd actually be an interesting puzzle, and it's a stressful, on the clock, high stakes puzzle to solve. I'm sure someone in the comments has a good solution. Guess who found a worm in their can of peaches after they already ate most of the can? God. Really, maybe you lucked out. That was the only one in there, and there wasn't another in any of the other things, or even if you ate another, there's no guarantee it actually is still alive, or even if being alive then survives getting eaten and then goes on to reproduce and make you have a really, really bad time, and you get a tapeworm and it's the size of you inside of you, and then your stomach just goes like this, and then it's really bad. But I'm sure that didn't happen, and I'm sure it was dead, and you're never gonna eat those ever again. Wife decided she wanted a humidifier in the room. Oh no, is it gonna be mold everywhere? Oh, it just broke the TV. Honestly, I would take breaking the TV over mold consumes the entire room. I am actually just really terrified of ever using a humidifier for anything, because I grew up in a house where the closets, if they didn't have the damp rid things in them, I don't know if there's other, that was the brand name, but it was you have these pellets, these absorbent pellets, and they're over a bag that then fills up with water as the moisture gets absorbed by the pellets. It was actually wild. Before we had these things, closets, just the things in the closet would become moldy. Hung these things up, within a month, this bag was full of water. So adding more moisture via humidifier just makes me think of, no, that's what I grew up in, that much moisture. We do not want this. This is not okay. No humidifiers ever. Dryness is good. My son is allergic to everything. We've got a few of these posts here on this subreddit. I mean, it looks like he's not necessarily allergic to everything. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Doesn't look super allergic. So, unless those are just like the control pricks. They didn't actually have anything on him. So he's not reacting to the actual needle prick. He's reacting to the allergens. Sorry. Yeah, those weren't supposed to show anything. I see little red dots, but if you get a needle prick, you're going to show a little bit of red around it. Yep, that's unfortunate. Just because it fits doesn't mean you put it in the locker. This could also be a post on Oddly Satisfying. Look at how beautifully well the package fits inside the box. I bet the delivery person was like, oh, is this gonna fit? Yo, no way, perfect. And they probably took a photo and showed it to their coworkers or something, and they were like, look at this is so cool. I always dream for this to be a thing. Surely, again, hangers are the solution here. Maybe this one doesn't have the hook on the end. You just have, hanger with a flat, like a hex key, and then you just boop, and then pull it out. I'd rather it in the thing than sitting out where it could possibly be stolen. Seems like the better of the two options, and then you have double anti-theft. Someone's actually gonna need a tool in order to remove it, or a suction cup that works on cardboard, or you punch a hole in the cardboard with the same hex key thing and you pull it out that way. You have options. I would be amused, actually. Well, that just happened. Happy New Year to all the toddler parents out there. Oh, is he gonna break the window? Oh, don't do it, child! Not the one! Where, I didn't even see where the other drink was. Where was the other drink? Oh, it was on the edge. His head was kind of obstructing it. A little bit of sleight of hand, you don't see it. She thought she saved the wine at least.
Baby, no!
Child, why? Why do you, I didn't get the wine? Okay, well, I'm gonna throw this one then. At least the glass didn't break.
No! Why would you do that?
I was half expecting after she puts the wine glass back down and goes, why would you do that? That he was gonna grab the wine and be like, yeah? You think that's all I can do? Little do you know that's actually what happened after this clip ended, probably. Dude, there were so many things that sounded like a heavy thud right there. Like, I thought he was gonna take that, chuck it at the window, that window was gonna break. Oh, she was so pleased for a second until... Why would you do this, child? Had my tires slashed for driving a gas guzzler. My car is electric. You think if your whole thing is trying to target people who are driving a vehicle that you do not agree with the principles of, you'd really want to know your vehicles, especially in a world where electric is becoming more and more of a thing. You just want to make sure, okay, you know what? I know about cars, I'm opposed to these, and I'm going to commit crime. Now, let's hope there aren't a lot of people who are doing the commit crime part, but if you're going to do that, you'd think you... And they then leave the notes. My gas guzzler is not killing because it is not a gas guzzler. Yes, some electricity can be generated with non-renewables, it is true, but there is also electricity that is generated via renewables when it comes to electric cars and the electricity supply for them. So I've tried to reduce my consumption, and you just look at the size of the vehicle. No one ever thought that the people who were going to do this were smart people, I suppose. So just living up to it. Morning routine. There go the dogs. Why would you do this, dog? That is not what I expected. I thought she was going to open the window and they were just going to like bolt out or something, and that was like what she didn't want to have happen. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. He's just fine. If I headbutted that window, I would probably be dead, or like out cold, or my forehead would be pouring out. Just didn't see the reflection. It was like, time to go. Not gonna... Jesus. She's going... Good pause, freeze frame there. Damn, dude. There we go. I must go. My people need me. My dad celebrated his 60th last night. A majority of his friends brought bottles of wine as a gift. He's been sober for over 26 years. They were just like, they went to their assistants and said, hey, I got a birthday party to go to. Can you get something for it? And all the assistants were like, yep, sure, gonna go get wine. And then they didn't really. That is weird because I know the people who I know who don't drink, I very much know that they do not drink. And I would very much not buy them an alcohol bottle for a gift for anything. So it is weird that I very specifically know that about people, and it's not a difficult thing to remember that friends would. It is disappointing because, like, if I didn't drink and someone brought me an alcohol bottle, I would be like, well, I know who doesn't drink. That's kind of lame. Do you not pay attention to things? And I'm 60. We've known each other for 20 years. What? My neighbor pipe broke and I am about to be flooded. I saw this one on the homepage. I'm just like, what in the world is this ceiling made out of? This is not paint. Paint would not. That is a lot of weight. Maybe it's just like the bottom, because if it was full of water all the way up, that would be like thousands of pounds of weight. There's no way whatever this is could hold it, but it's not paint. I just would feel so inclined to take a little needle and poke it in the hopes that maybe it doesn't pop. Maybe it just like a little poke and then it actually just starts to have the water come out in a controllable fashion. That might be what I'd actually do. But also, then the thing is, if you're renting and you say that you took a needle and popped it, then they might be, well, this is your fault then, because you did something. So maybe for liability reasons, you don't want to do anything. But I would want to try, because I'd be like, this is wrecked. I'm ruined anyway. This isn't going to hold forever as more water comes in. So if I poke it, maybe it comes out in a way that I can actually use a bucket and it minimizes the amount of damage because I can contain the water. Then I'd be thinking about the liability. But anyway, this is why we are now going to go back to number 20. Update after 6 hours it burst, which is crazy that it lasted 6 hours. So it's like a vinyl kind of thing that went on top of a concrete ceiling or something like that. It's interesting because I haven't seen a ceiling like this, or maybe it's existed. I just didn't know because I just looked like paint. But it's also like, where the frick, the water was just coming out of the seams in the concrete. Hopefully you get that fixed. Anytime I hear about like leak concrete, I just think about that Florida condo building. And that's also what everybody thinks about now that I see in comments. So like, oh yeah, if you're leaking in the concrete, Florida condo building, you should probably make sure everything is good. So hopefully they do, but oh God, just the impending doom, watching it grow on the ceiling. Holy frick. Poor OP. Anyone ever wondered why silence has a sound? It's a quiet wind blowing, high-pitched sound. If it's silence, why is it silent? Oh no. I wonder how many times it's happened to people that post something that they think is normal on the internet, and then everyone's like, ooh. So you're unaware that isn't actually normal, and you might want to get that checked out. Yeah, why is silence always just this high-pitched, annoying ringing that makes it really hard to focus? Well, hopefully they learned something. They were able to go to a doctor, and now silence is silent. I mean, rarely is that, unless you go into like a studio, is it actually silence. And it's always like kind of unnerving if you go into a recording studio because it's so quiet that you're not used to that level of quiet. You have no ambient noise whatsoever. Whereas, generally if you're in a quiet room, like just in your house, there are like ambient noises that are coming through the windows, whatever. And so silence itself is actually unnerving. Amazon said this photo is proof that a $1,093 150-pound generator was delivered to my house. Maybe it's just a really, really heavy small generator. It's made of neutron star. Why does this also look like the last found footage still frame before someone was taken away by Slender Man or something. My favorite thing is whenever I've had an issue with a delivery order and like something hasn't come with the order and they're like, please send photos. And I'm just, what do you want me to send a photo of? Like, I can send you a photo of nothing. It's not here. It doesn't exist. Here's the photo of it. Didn't exist. There you go. You asked for it, I guess. Here's the photo of it. Didn't exist. Maybe there's some really compact but really heavy dense generators, and that was one of them. Thanks for watching last month of Well That Sucks. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.